Moving on, let's talk about the first news. You might be wondering, IG, you just started the video and you're saying moving on. What do we move on from? Well, from this pathetic intro. So the first news that we have is, of course, there's an update from Dan Kilpatrick. He says he's actually a chief football correspondent at Evening Sport. Now he's got a report whether the frustration between the managers and the players. Now, he says that Premier League managers and players are expected to vent their frustration at being told to continue playing amid a surge in the number of viral cases, which some believe has put safety at risk. Managers and captains are due to discuss the situation at a separate meeting on Thursday, when fierce objections are expected to be raised at their club's decision. Now, we see that there are lots of safety concerns, plus now the number of vaccination drive. The players are now in a vaccination drive where they're getting vaccinated, irrespective of what philosophy they follow. So it's something really positive that they're moving on. But right now, what NHS is actually trying to say to every single one of them, if you're vaccinated, at least it solves some problems. But if you're not vaccinated, the problem it becomes really, really worse. We'll see about that. So Mikel Arteta on Sunderland, he says they're consistently winning in the league, so they have the habit of winning and competing to win. So I'm expecting them to come here with no fear and try to have a good go at us. And talking about the team selection, Mikel says obviously there are players that might play who haven't been involved as much in terms of minutes, but they're going to be crucially important in this part of the season. We'll see how that will go out. So, according to Adrian J. Kujumba, Barcelona have been alerted by the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's exile at Arsenal and would be interested in signing him on loan next month. The financial situation at Barcelona and Juventus is not something that you'd want to see. They could come and buy off Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So, what will happen? So the Premier League confirmed that 84% of players are on the vaccination journey, meaning they have had at least one dose of the vaccine. That figure indicates that 16% of stars are still yet to receive their first dose. Sunderland manager Lee Johnson, he just said that he would love to face Arsenal before the draw. He says, Arsenal away, and then we'll wait for the really big guns when it's two legs. He says, I regret if it offended anybody, because generally anybody that knows me and watched the clip will know that it was tongue-in-cheek dad banter. All I can say is I have the utmost respect for players, staff and the football club. Johnson on if Mikel Arteta could use his words against him, he says, listen, that's my mistake if he did. I would use it. Why wouldn't you? Whether or not he sees that as a enough motivation. Good. Moving on, so Benjamin White says, we want to keep winning games. We went on a good run before and then we lost to Manchester United. We want to keep the run going on now and keep winning. We're going to keep taking it game by game and just keep working hard ahead of every game. And talking about Paul Merson, Martinelli, he says, Martinelli is a very special talent. I like him, but the question is how long is he going to be fit for? If he can maintain his fitness, Arsenal have got a new signing, a £50 million player. Do you think Gabriel Martinelli is a £50 million player, £50 million for Gabriel Martinelli? Or what is his current value in the transfer market according to you? You who's watching this, let me know in the comments what is the value of Gabriel Martinelli. I will be definitely responding to the comments that is coming up as well. So, moving on, Mikel Arteta on his 2 years as Arsenal manager, he says, I could write a few books with everything that has happened. Not only to me, but around the club, around the world. I don't know, probably one day I need to stop and think carefully about what happened. But it's been a lot. I mean, amongst the fan base, it's literally has been a lot to take. Moving on, so Alex Lacazette was on goalkeeping duties, as you'd see, because he says how it started, and he's tagged a lot of Arsenal teammates of his, how it's going. So Alex Lacazette, is he going to be the goalkeeper tonight? We'll see about that. We'll see. Just joking, lads. Don't take this seriously. So, Mike Keegan says, he's a sports news correspondent at Mail Sport. He says that it's right. Premier League will continue for now. Clubs told of way forward. 13 outfield plus keeper is enough to avoid postponement. 13 outfield plus keeper. should figure be less. Under 21s who have first team experience have to step in. Chief medic may also inquire over injured players. So that's the rule. So you got to have 13 outfield players plus a keeper. That avoids that explains a lot about how Chelsea continued their game against Wolves. I hope the Chelsea fans they won't agree with this, but I hope they get their answer as to why they were not given the postponement of their fixture. What do you guys think about it? 13 outfield players plus a goalkeeper is enough? Let me know what you guys think about it. And then, of course, the under 21 players can step in who have little bit of first team experience. This is really like you're stretching every ounce of the squad depth there. Moving on, so Arsenal are working on signing Felipe Coutinho, according to reports. Now, the La Liga side Barcelona, they need to lower their salary budget to bring in reinforcements in the winter market, and we were seeing a lot of players getting linked to Barcelona. Even Mino Raiola visited Barcelona to say that Erling Haaland, and he actually comes out and says that Barcelona can still afford him. Of course, in a 1 or 2 years time, Barcelona will be back to what they were. It's still a biggest club. They can afford Erling Haaland. It's not a problem at all. That's all he said, but it's still a long shot. So to get back into it, it looks like Barcelona have sent an SOS message to the Brazil international and his representatives a few days ago. Mathieu Alemany, the club's sporting director, is in constant contact with Kia Joorabchian and Giuliano Bertolucci, the two men who took care of Coutinho's future, and they want a departure right now, right away. There has to be a departure. As I already mentioned it before, that in a separate video, that Arsenal should look into Paulo Dybala. I've also mentioned in yesterday's or day before yesterday's video how Arsenal might be targeting 3 of Juventus's players, one of whom is of course Arthur, and then there is Dejan Kulusevski, and the third one was Aaron Ramsey. Apparently there could be another player who's not getting a new contract signed with Juventus, and that will definitely alert a lot of clubs, including Arsenal. So Paulo Dybala might end up, doing a lot for Arsenal in the, maybe in the January window or in the summer transfer window. But it looks like Paulo Dybala is definitely on Arsenal's radar. Let's see if that helps us a lot or not. So let's see. Mika Richards has claimed that Dusan Vlahovic has everything that any club would want from a striker. He says, I have watched him a couple of times now. He's lightning. It's ridiculous. He has got 16 in 18 this season. His left foot is like a wand. I am telling you now, he's everything you need. But Fiorentina have decided on Torreira's future. According to reports in Italy, Corriere, I guess, they say that Fiorentina have decided to make Lucas Torreira's move a permanent one after being impressed with his performances on loan. Well, they have agreed to a 15 million euros purchase clause and will activate that with the money they receive from Dusan Vlahovic's eventual move away. So let's see. Well, why not Arsenal convert that into a Dusan Vlahovic deal? A swap deal with Arsenal paying some good amount of money. So let's see how that will turn out to be. But it'll be a great thing. Would you? God, I'll be asking this again and again, but let's see. Whatever. I'm not going to go in the depth of it, because there is this another striker that Arsenal and West Ham are targeting on loan. So the likes of Arsenal and West Ham could receive a big boost heading into January transfer window, with Eurosport reporting that Gabriel Barbosa or Gabigol might be available on loan next month. So Gabigol is available. I think West Ham can be happy. Arsenal? No, I don't think so. Gabigol is attracting attention. 12 goals in 17 league games for Flamengo this in 2021 for Gabigol. Would you take Gabigol at Arsenal? Gabriel Barbosa to Arsenal? I would not. I'd rather have someone else. So Gabigol to Arsenal is still on the talks. Let's see if that's going to materialize or not. That's also a bigger question. But for now, the ridiculous name that is actually growing really high with Arsenal is Dusan Vlahovic. Fiorentina need to make a big decision. Will they make the right decision? They want money, and the only transfer window that can give them money via selling Vlahovic is January. and he's been smart enough to not sign a new contract. So it's simple. All balls are in Fiorentina's, I'm sorry, Dusan Vlahovic's court. Let's see if Fiorentina can do it, if Arsenal can do it. Who will do it? We'll see about that. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.